Hey everybody, we're in the Bow neighborhood on the East End of London. We're about to try a classic London dish, pie and mash. At this particular place, G. Kelly, they also specialize in jellied eels, which is something that commonly goes with pie and mash shops. We're headed there right now to try this restaurant that's been open since 1939. It's a classic. I can't wait to try it. Hey everybody, just a heads up, shortly after we filmed this, G. Kelly announced that they would be temporarily closing, so just check out their website, gkelly.london, and make sure they're open before you head over there.
What would you like?
I would like traditional pie.
Yeah, it'll automatically come with mash and liquor unless you suggest you don't want the mash or liquor.
Okay, I will have the mash and the liquor. I'll also add on a little order of jellied eels.
No problem. The small, the medium, or the large?
Let's go with small. I think this
First time?
This is the first time.
Oh, small, definitely.
So maybe not the large. You've tried them, obviously.
I've tried them. As quick as they went in, it came straight back out.
The what?
I tried them at a hen party we had in here, and the ladies all got together and they said to me, have you ever tried them? And I was like, no. And they said, I'll tell you what, you try one and we'll try one. I said, oh, good. And then, as quick as it went in, it comes shooting back out.
Well, you're not making it sound very appetizing.
I'll get your jelly deals for you.
Hopefully I can keep them down.
Good luck.
This is the original sign? Is that what you said?
We dug this out of the attic a couple of years back. Thought we put it back in the window.
It's pretty cool.
And now it's all over Instagram, so that's good.
Now the storefront, the shop opened in, you said 39?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would have been right as World War II was beginning.
My grandfather negotiated a rationing quota of meat. So that's why we were able to keep going, and that's why we've been here, whereas maybe a lot of other shops had to close. Out here, we used to have a stall with all the eels on it. So there'd be live eels, and they'd be chopped up there, and they'd have like a fire going, and they'd be cooking them and selling them. The Thames is just down that way. Eel boats would come over from the Netherlands, drop off the eels, load up with stuff from London, and then sail back. So it was a trade route, and the eels were, because they were basically saving on fuel and things like that, they were very, very cheap. It's a delicacy, you know, like if you're brought up eating them, then you can't get enough of them.
Yeah.
Some people really love them. A lot of Italian people, when they come in,
really
like them. Yeah.
How do you feel about them?
I'm sort of like, I prefer the hot eels, basically.
Oh, you do?
I find the flavour of the jelly is quite intense.
Wait.
Sorry.
They're better with vinegar.
You just use your fingers.
Yeah. No, not that much vinegar.
Not that much? Well.
Go on, Mary.
Okay.
Go on.
All right.
Go on. That's fine, not the bone. Got bone in the middle. They're all right, aren't they?
Disgusting. And I'm from the East End.
I think
It's an acquired taste.
I think it's an acquired taste.
It is.
If you've ever had something like pickled herring or preserved jellied fish, that's kind of what this tastes like. The eel is naturally a gelatinous fish, and so when it is stewed, it produces its own gelatin. Sometimes gelatin is added to the mixture, and also sometimes different spices. In this particular case, they add allspice. You can also add nutmeg. You've all had Jell-O. Imagine fish-flavored Jell-O. That is the closest I can come to describing to you what this bowl of jellied eels tastes like. Let's move on to the pie, which is why we're here. The pie, the mash, and the liquor. When I saw it at first on the menu, I thought, what kind of a place is this? Turns out, it just means gravy. And in this case, it's not even a beef gravy, it is parsley. The way Neil described this was a rough puff. So like a short crust, but maybe not quite as biscuity, with a little bit more rise to it. And inside is beef. I'm gonna dig into this pie. This looks really good, actually. It was recommended to me that I severely vinegar this up. I like that a lot better than the eel. This is great. Pure beef flavor, if that makes any sense. The vinegar actually really adds something to it. There is a natural gravy, natural juice from the beef, but really what comes through is the flavor of the meat. And what I really like is that they include this heavily vegetable flavored gravy along with it, which is essentially just chopped parsley, herbs, thickened with flour. So you've got this really nice contrast of flavors. Clean, sort of ground beef flavor. It's like having a bite of vegetables along with the meat. Very herbal gravy that acts as a really interesting counterpoint to the meat pie. It is like hearty, utilitarian, filling, and delicious. And beyond that, I mean, that's really what it is. This is something you could eat every day. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Dining on a Dime from G. Kelly Pie and Eel Shop in Bow in the East End of London. If you'd like to watch more, please click here.